our exclusive coverage of the 2017 Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championships. I'm Brittany Kanagati.
And I'm Sam Oz Stone. Hopefully you watched our first episode. Well, it's okay if you haven't yet. You know, playing out of order and in unexpected ways is a hallmark of winning at Yu-Gi-Oh!
But if you watch all of the episodes, you'll learn a lot about how the game is played. And you'll meet the players who are the best of the best at it from around the world.
You'll see some heartbreaking upsets from this year's competition and a few surprising wins.
It's okay if you only watch 1 or 2 episodes, though. Hey, live your life. But when you watch all of the episodes, you'll also start to suspect that we don't have much of a wardrobe because we're wearing the same clothes. Yeah,
Except each of us is wearing something different in each episode. Let us know if you notice what it is.
Okay. All right, enough of that. Let's move on. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the most popular card games in the world, with hundreds of thousands of loyal players, some of them attracted to it by its strong ties to popular anime characters.
I'm done with your games.
Mostly, though, the game's appeal comes from the fact that it's an intricate game that requires a special set of skills. It's a game of strategy, where players create individual decks of cards collected from structured decks and booster packs. 2 players engage in a duel while using cards that represent powerful monsters, magical spells, and surprising traps. By the way, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is the #1 trading card game in the world, with over 25 billion cards sold.
We've got monster spells and traps. These are the main types of cards that are played in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Matthew Bell will be doing competition play-by-play.
So your monsters are going to be doing your attacking and defending, and these are generally how players win the game. They're going to be putting pressure on your opponent and forcing your opponent to spend resources dealing with your monsters. Your spell cards are going to be supporting your monsters, making them more powerful, allowing you to make larger combo plays, adding more cards to your hand, adding specific cards to your hand so you can make sure your combo goes off. Your trap cards are more tricky because you're going to be using these to directly disrupt your opponent during your opponent's turn. So the idea is then to make it so it's difficult for them to actually try and make the moves that they need to get into the game.
Successful moves knock down the opponent's life points. Duels end when one of the player's life points drop to 0, or when time runs out, or when they resign. Thousands of cards, tens of thousands of ways they can interact. Peter Fradier is from Konami, Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game's parent company. Even he seems impressed by what it takes to be a good player.
Immense amount of possibilities that they need to prepare for and that they also need to be able to identify on the spot. I mean, all of these matches here are timed. They can't take forever to make decisions. They need to be able to process what's going on the field very quickly, react to that, and then make the right decision.
Players talk about the 3 C's you need to be good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Cunning, clever, and calm. But there's something else they must have.
Discipline and, just good practice, hard work.
It makes you really think outside the box.
25-year-old Timmy Chu of New Zealand is one of the players to watch in the Duel Links competition.
There's so many dimensions to being a good Yu-Gi-Oh! player.
Players say the game has changed them in strictly good ways. Many of them say they'll never forget the first time they won the very first match against an opponent. Because it's a complex game with so many ways to win and lose, winning that first time felt like nothing they'd ever experienced. Or, like Robert Tanny and Gianna Taco, their lives changed playing the game when they fell in love.
Aw, that's sweet.
We met like 15 years ago. We met at a Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional.
Yeah.
Playing cards. We were versus each other. We were both undefeated in round 6.
Hey guys!
Again and again, what players and parents and event organizers say is the biggest payoff of playing the game is membership to the global community of players. A network of friends that survives even the most heartbreaking defeats between them.
I met a lot of friends through the games, like people I talk to on a daily basis. Contrary to popular beliefs, it's probably helped me, if anything, like socially.
Dijon Thomas, who's 21, came to Japan from Sweden to compete in Duel Links.
Yeah, it's done pretty good for me in my personal life.
Everything I've learned through this game, whether it's like from traveling around the world, like to play it, or just
the life lessons like I encountered through all the different people I meet. I literally everything I've learned about how I live my life has been from this game.
I think it's fun for him to play with other kids, not only his age, but older than him.
Grace Liu is Ryan Yu's mother.
Even when they played the game, they kind of aren't only competing, but they're learning and they're talking about it and they're interacting socially and they're talking about different strategies and different decks. It's nice.
Oscar Rao took his son Felix on the long journey from Munich, Germany to London to Tokyo to bring Felix to the games. Not for the primary reason of a win. A win would be nice, but because of what the game has done for his son.
We are quite happy that he and his brother are playing, because they have a thing they can do together, play together at home, and to meet people, and once in a while fly to Japan.
Congratulations to all of you for being here. You're competing for the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championships, the Dragon Duel World Championship, and the Duel Links World Championship. One of the things we really want to see from everyone is good sportsmanship.
On the first official day of events, players met the staff, judges, and translators who would be helping them answer rules questions during the duels and overcome language issues, of which there would be many.
If a duelist speaks a different language than their opponent, and there are concerns, the duelist should call for a staff member and a translator in between duels.
With dozens of languages spoken and huge amounts of jargon associated with the game, staff, judges, and interpreters will be crucial for the duels to go off smoothly and for the results to be accurately recorded. With the rules explained and the questions from the players answered, organizers were prepared for the first big step to getting ready for the games. Players had to pick from a list of approved cards and submit their decks of cards. Like Olympic athletes who must allow their equipment to be inspected, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players too had to turn over the cards that they had carefully picked to use during all of their duels.
So players review those lists ahead of time, they build decks, they play for weeks preparing for it. We're actually collecting their decks today, and many of them bring a carbon copy of that deck so that tonight they can play and test. They're preparing pretty much up until the last minute.
With less than 2 days until the games will begin, the players are asked to stop, relax, and enjoy an evening of food and camaraderie.
Italian pasta.
He is not Italian. We don't want him. He's banned from Italy.
Romania, Malaysian pasta.
Michael, his name is
Malaysian,
Michael.
This is Malaysian pasta.
That's sauce. He's Michael Corner. It's a fake Italian.
Then, the players are energetically introduced to each other by one of the event hosts. With 30 hours left until game weekend, the players are asked to stay in unwind mode and adjust to a day of fun in Tokyo. They will see the sights and taste the real food of Japan. And they will visit a place called Akihabara, the anime and gaming epicenter of Tokyo, that one player describes this way.
When I found out I was coming, it didn't really hit me, and now I'm here. It's just insane, you know. It's just mind-blowing.
Join us next time for the full coverage of their visit to Akihabara, the gaming mecca with the mostest. The place that boasts, if you can't find it here, you can't find it anywhere. The land of the lost cards. Okay. And tune in next time for the answer to the question that I'm dying to get the answer to. Why aren't there more girls?